started off with the Loving Brown Babies campaign, and we are just so glad to be on board to continue in the journey with interviewing moms like yourself and talking about the joys, triumphs, and challenges that you face along the way.
So we thank you this morning for our children, our families. And Father God, I pray right now, look into our minds, into our hearts.
I just want to thank Plachette and her team for putting this together. We know that, yeah, so can we do that? And thinking about how do we lift our voice and our birth stories, our motherhood stories, and the possibilities of making sure that our communities get what they need. And so we're excited to continue this work, the Black Child Legacy Campaign, and building on the African American Digital Maternal Health Digital Story Project, which is a big mouthful for just a way of saying part of the way that we're thinking about building our expansion statewide is making sure that we connect directly with mothers in the communities that need to be lifted the most. And so you all are part of that first kind of entry into that. And I just want to say thank you and good morning. And I hope you have a great breakfast. And I was really thinking about your stories and lifting your connection. I want to say
Dr. Flo.
Here, Dr. Flo. And the work that Flo does is really get to connect the data to the stories and helping us build those bridges and also the systems and policy transformations that can come from acknowledging and prioritizing your voices. So I'll speak a little bit.
Yes, good morning everyone. I think I've had a chance to say hello individually to almost all of you. I like it when we're in a small group like this because it definitely builds community. I'm really thrilled to be a part of this project and working with Chet and Kendra to really elevate our voices and to help us to help us to elevate our voices and also to be able to draw attention to some of the issues that we know are happening but that often are not discussed beyond, our communities or our individual families. The experiences that we have when we are birthing, in hospital settings, but also the things that set the context for our lives. One of the things we know is that when there are changes that everybody's talking about, we're often most impacted. And so one of those big changes is housing, right? The housing costs have gone up for everyone, and especially so in our region. And that means a disproportionate burden on us as Black people, but especially as Black women. We are more likely to be heads of household. We are most likely to be living in a home without another income earning adult, which means that when the cost of housing goes up, there's one income to be able to shoulder that additional burden. And so those are some of the things that we're going to be looking at as we take the next step for Black Child Legacy and take the next step for understanding what's happening in our homes and in our bodies, to understanding the role that the environment plays in the stress we experience and in our ability to be able to experience the wellness that we should. So part of the project that we're working on right now is beginning to think about what are those policy strategies. How many people know Senator Holly Mitchell? So she is one of our great champions. She is the only Black woman state senator that we have, and she has done a lot, over time to really pass legislation that impacts our community. One of the things she recently helped to pass that Governor Newsom is getting credit for signing, but it was her bill, was looking at implicit bias in birthing. Making sure that all of our healthcare providers are trained in that way. And so we're going to be taking lessons learned from that and really pulling them together to better understand what the next things we need to address are when it comes to policy as it relates to our health and well-being. So I'm looking forward to partnering with all of you on that journey. Thank you so much.
They're going to talk about a really impactful video that kind of gives a full picture of everything that we have just been talking about and what you've heard from Kendra as well as Dr. Flo.
We're excited to be here, so good morning everyone. Bringing you love and peace and blessings all the way from Los Angeles. And so what we've done, one of the agencies that I've worked with and volunteered with the last 21 years is Black Women for Wellness. And so, as Dr. Flo mentioned, actually one of our sisters and leaders in the organization, Norbese Nana Flint she's actually one of the lead writers on that policy with Senator Mitchell on the SB 464 Pregnancy and Dignity in Childbirth Act. But what happened was about a year and a half ago, and I've been doing this work of infant mortality for Black women for about 20 years, a little more than that. Was a year and a half ago we did a Black Maternal Health Week in support of the Black Mamas Matter Alliance. And one of our things was to show the screening death by delivery, which highlighted the deaths of maternal deaths and the maternal mortality crisis for Black women in Atlanta and New York. And so in showing that, what we found was that it was a Southeast or Asian young lady who was the documentary producer or director, was going around doing the interviews, and we felt like we needed to tell our own stories. And so as a result, we said, why don't we do our own documentary where we could show forth what's happening, the good, the bad, the honest truth of what's happening to Black women in America, with racism being the main cause or the leading cause of death for Black moms and babies. And so as a result, my colleague and partner Diamond here, we selected to say, hey Diamond, would you like to lead us out in this documentary? So I'll let her tell you a bit more about that.
Yeah, so as Audra was mentioning, the other documentary was really focused on East Coast, more so Atlanta, New York, and we're like, people think that like we're in California doing well, and that's not necessarily the case, and so we really wanted to elevate what's happening in California, and we wanted to talk about the stories, but also talk about a lot of the work that's happening. There's a lot of organizations in the community that's doing great work to support Black women, and so when we talk about systems and policy change, we need to look at what's working well and what women and families are saying that they need. And so our documentary, really we're looking at highlighting the history of the issue, nationwide, but also within California. We want to talk about the stories of families, so not just women, but also men and children, grandparents, right, aunties, families, lifting up what's been happening around infant and maternal health. And then we want to highlight policy that's happening in California, like SB 464. We want to highlight organizations that are doing the work and have been doing the work, and we need to continue to elevate these organizations. And we're really targeting the parts of California that have the biggest impact. So we're talking Bay Area, Fresno, Los Angeles, San Bernardino. So we're going across the state to really look at this issue and collect the stories. And so we're happy to show our trailer today. The trailer, it is focused in Los Angeles, but this is really our pitch trailer. And I'll just say this before showing the trailer, is that we want to, if you have people that you know, you yourself have a story to tell, please let us know. And if there's organizations, we already heard about Her Health First. There we go. So we want to connect with you all, right? So if there's organizations that are doing the work, please let us know, because we really need to be including all of this.
Right, and we just want you to know, this covers all socioeconomic backgrounds. Most people just highlight Beyonce, they highlight Serena, but we want to talk about the working woman, the working Black woman. We want to highlight what is going on for all Black women, even the entrepreneur or the non-working Black woman, whoever she is. We want, and the Black man. We are really bringing fathers and family into these conversations, grandmothers, grandfathers, all who are the nucleus in the village for us. And so that's the work we're doing. So thank you. So
we want feedback too.
Love it. Wonderful. This is great. Tell us your name, how many children you have, and what actually brought you here today.
Hi, my name is Nicole. I have 7 children. What brought me here, I was invited from my worker, Tempest. So I feel invited here.
Hello everyone, my name is Brittany. I have 2 children and I was invited here from my Black Mothers United representative, Fiona. So, and I thank her for that. Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Leon. I'm the senior pregnancy coach / doula for Black Mothers United. I have 4 children of my own, 2 stepdaughters, and what brought me here is the work that I've done for over 18 plus years.
My name is Tony, and I am a pregnancy coach / doula in training, and I have 4 children. They're 28, 29, 31, and 33, and I'm a grandmother of 8. And I love my job.
My name is Palestine. I have 4 children, 1 on the way. What brought me here was my doula, Tempest.
My name is Amina. I was brought here also by Leona, and this is my first child. And thank you for having me.
My name is Ashley Jenkins. I was invited by Amina. I was a little late in being able to join with her Health First, but they have helped me to get registered, and that's how I'm able to come to this beautiful event. This is my first baby, and I'm so excited to be here and connect with all of you. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Ngoyi. I have a 2-year-old daughter at home, and I'm 9 months pregnant. And I came also with her Health First. LaShanya is my pregnancy coach.
I'm LaShanya Brazell, and I also work with Black Mothers United. I'm a mother, doula, and a pregnancy coach as well. My babies, my young adults are 24, 21, 19, and 18, and I just had the first grandbaby son in July. He was a preemie, but he's home now, so I'm excited about that, teaching my son and his girlfriend how to be great parents. And I just believe that this work is, I was in 23 years I taught preschool, work with families, and I just now know that this is the path I need to go down, so I'm excited about this work as well.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Margot Santana. I'm the culture broker, and a culture broker is, we work under the umbrella of CPS, so what we do is save our families, and I'm so happy that with this program and knowing about this infant and all of the deaths and the risks, that when we do get a family, and I'm glad if they're pregnant, I know that I can definitely reach over to her Health First, and they're going to take care of my family so that we can have productive young African American children.
Thank you, Margo.
Good morning. My name is Deborah Cummings. I am the co-founder of Community Mothers of 9583815. 1987, I was what you call a auntie mom. I have been raising kids for quite a long time. I have a daughter who has a son, and I would like to say auntie moms have been here since the beginning of time. We are also like Big Mama. We stay in a race long, 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 long time.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Valerie Scruggs. I am the Program Development Manager for SAC Cultural Hub, who works on this, and I also am on the MDT for the North Area Black Child Legacy Campaign, CIL, and I work with One Community Health, which is a federally qualified health center. So glad to be here and glad to be able to connect you with any services that you need that we can help you with.
And she's also auntie to several nieces. It's all about saving Black mothers and saving our Black babies. And SAC Cultural Hub is really, really glad to be a part of this, working with the Black Child Legacy Campaign. We just want to say thank you for selecting us as one of the partners and with sponsorship for the event that's coming up this afternoon.
Now you put your little love, put your almost the love.
Oh, like the heart.
Yeah.
Kind of. I'm not that great at it.
Look down. You guys was looking down. That was a good one. Oh wait, let me get that one.